Right, what we're going to show here is some of the remote editing features of the Gewa 1. So the first thing you need to do is set up a myabelia account. So you go to myabelia.com and you register for a free account. So I've done so here. I'm just going to log in with my details. When I get to the panel, I'm looking for Gewa on the left-hand side. So this brings me into my edit mode of my Gewa 1. I've already paired my Gewa 1 system with my myabelia account, so the two of these are linked together. So on the right hand side here, we have the actual physical device. So I have a camera on this at the moment. So we've got my multi-box and my phone, so you can see, or the Gewa 1 phone, so you can see it's physically here. So we're going to jump straight into the editing. So I'm just going to press the plus button here. I'm going to add a button for my TV. I want this to link to a page because I have a couple of functions for my TV. And then I'll scroll down and find an icon for TV. I'm going to change the color of the button. Maybe I want this button to be blue. I'll save that. I add another button. Maybe do something for the lights. Again, this is going to link to a page because I have a few lights in the house. And then I might make this the yellow button. And then, as you can see, the home page is dynamic. So every time I add a button, it automatically changes the grid size for me. If I need to add more buttons, it'll automatically do so. So I'm going to add in some curtains that I need to control. So I'll use this icon. I'm going to keep this button white. And I'm going to add in, say, some doors I need to control. Look for an icon out of a door. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to set up these buttons. I'm going to have this maybe purple and apply, and then I'll save. So I can keep adding buttons that link to new pages. When I click the sync button, as you can see on the right hand side, it automatically synced over onto my device. So us as a company, SafeCare, we can remotely support our clients. If you're working on assistive technology, or if you're a therapist that supports, so you work in a center, you're an organization, you can now remotely access a person's device. If they've linked you as a support worker, you can make those edits, you can make those changes and link them back up. If you have, if we want to create functions on the button, so say I have my TV, I go into this link, I want to create a button for, say, power on. I look for the power button. So save it. Again, similar to setting it up on the device, I can choose, do I need an IR signal, a macro, if I'm using other Gewa products to maybe control the doors and the windows or whatever it may be, I can put in the Gewa radio code. But if it was an IR signal, I can just put it in and I can save the changes. I can add the power off, we'll say. I'll use the same icon, which is here, but I'm actually going to change the color to red. And I'll apply that. So when I look at it now, we see I have these little red icons. It tells me I do not have the IR signal on the button. I can't do this remotely, obviously, because I do not have the multi-box in front of me. So you could just ask your user to go into the page and select the TV. Oh, I haven't synced, sorry. I'll just sync this over so we'll see my buttons come over. They will also get the red icon, so when they press on that, and they can choose between recording the IR using a Gewa link. We're recording, they just put their power button. They're pressing the power button once. It'll ask them to press it a second time. So it's a 3-step process. So we'll press it a second time. And now a third time. And now that's done. Now that is synced into the system, and we can just click next. We only want to send the signal next, and next again we'll do it for, and so on. So if we go back out, that is now, we can see the red icon has turned to a little black icon, and we can start to use the system on it. So I can sync, a little sync has come up here because a change has been made on the device. I can sync it, and now that red icon has now changed to a signal. So I have stored that signal on this button. Within this, if I work with a couple of clients and I tend to use the same devices or the same controls over and over again, I might want to save this. I might want to back up this file, or I can save it to a template. And when I back it up, it takes the IR code with it. So say, for example, I could have a page here for a skybox, we'll say, which is a popular satellite box here in Ireland. So I may have a number of users that have skyboxes. I can create a page, I can back up all the IR codes. Then if I'm working with another client and they've added a skybox to their system, I can simply pull the page in. I have all the editing and the remotes done, and it takes me 5 minutes instead of having to drive to their house, program in all the buttons. I can now remotely support them. So there are some of the features on the remote syncing and the remote editing of the Gewa 1.